Well, I call this one late, and I am not going to pretend I didn't know this nonsense was going to happen. After my review of the one episode of Gotham Knights that I watched, I said I was not going back. I have no interest in watching this thing anymore. It's terrible. It showed exactly how pathetic it is when you try to make nonsense with no reference for what you're doing at all. It was just about ticking some boxes and hoping nobody would notice that you didn't care about the characters or anything else that you were doing. The show was garbage. It was one episode and it was just terrible. What I get to understand, the second episode just got worse. We take a look here at Gotham Knights' Rotten Tomatoes score. Got an 18% review for critics rating, so that's just rotten. And 51% from the audience score. And that's only about 250. That's mostly people just giving comments on how bad it is. That's pretty much it, because it's terrible. It's just garbage. If we go down here, what some people have to say. Understand me? Sacrifices character at the altar of superhero business. With its hard court between a daytime soap and gritty superhero drama, the series never feels as potent or as focused as it could. Gotham Knights looks dreadful from top to bottom. Let's continue on. Some people actually decide to come out, and let's give it a little positive review. It takes a little while to find its footing, but once it does, DC fans will be happy with the outcome. No, they won't. They will not be happy with the outcome, because the CW made it very clear what they were going to do. They made it very clear that they were going to focus heavily, all their programming was going to focus heavily on pushing these woke narratives. They were going to be focusing on identity politics, focusing on representation. I think there was a report came out saying that the CW had more queer characters in it than anything else. Like, anybody's supposed to care about that. People just want good quality series. That's it. That's not what you do. You saw it with Arrow, with Flash, with Legends of Tomorrow. Everything, they just had to keep pushing this queer agenda and sacrificing the issues behind it. So I knew Gotham Knights was already garbage, was already DOA before it came out. I still said, let me watch one episode and see, and it confirmed to me it was even more DOA. So I knew this thing was just garbage and done. And it turns out now, I'm not the only one who thinks it's finished, because Gotham Knights ratings tank already at cancellation level. And this is just with 2 episodes in it. DC's newest show on the CW isn't off to a great start after only 2 episodes. Yep. You can probably kiss Gotham Knights goodbye after 1 season. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, there are only 13 episodes of this. It has already been cancelled. It has already been cancelled. And 13 episodes of what people tend to think 13 episodes is a full season. No, it's not. 13 episodes is actually half a season. A full season is like about 26 episodes, something like that. That's what they do. But they normally give like about that 13 episodes in like half a season. And then what they say, that takes out, then you'll get the rest of it. But it's only like about half a season, and it has already been cancelled. Because keep in mind, the CW has been sold, and it was sold for pretty much nothing. They couldn't even get 1 red cent for it. Keep in mind that once it's been sold, I think it's Nexstar bought them. They're also getting their $100 million debt, because the company, as I said, was never profitable. But that's what they're getting. But it was sold for virtually nothing. So Gotham Knights is already cancelled. As much like the reviews, the ratings are in the gutter after only 2 episodes, and the series is now at cancellation level. Tuesday's episode 2, Scene of the Crime, was watched by only 428,000 viewers, which is down from the pilot episode 609,000 viewers. So that is a loss of nearly 200,000 viewers. Yeah, and more will follow. Batwoman was cancelled with around the same numbers after season 3. Black Lightning was also cancelled with similar and lower numbers, and ditto for the last couple of episodes of DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah, now you see, Batwoman was doomed from the start. That started from like the first episode. The people watched the first episode, and then after that, it just steadily declined down to literally pathetic numbers. Black Lightning, same thing. I watched like 2 episodes and I was like, nah, this ain't making sense, and I was done. Legends of Tomorrow, same thing. But you have to remember when it comes to some of these shows, as it was revealed, and I did a video on it, a lot of the people who were watching these shows were actually people in like their 50s, close to 60s, who were pretty much just falling asleep with the TV on. That's pretty much the ratings that they were getting, because these shows were actually designed for a certain audience, and the audience was not watching it because we all kept making garbage. That's it. A literal garbage. Regarding the reviews, Gotham Knights is the lowest rated DC series of all time on Rotten Tomatoes, as the critic score is at 18% and the audience score isn't much better at 53%, which is awful for a comic book property. All the other DC shows on the CW have much better reviews and are considered fresh, so you know that Gotham Knights must be a complete disaster. Yeah, I just showed you here again, 18% is, well, this have it at 53%, it's down to 51% audience score now. Understand? They ask this question here, how can Gotham Knights be so bad? You have to question why they would make the show in the first place. And I already know the reason why they would make the show in the first place. They wanted to use the name to tick boxes, inject identity politics, and push their agenda. That's the only reason that they don't receive all these other shows. They go on. And who would even greenlight it? It's unbelievable. I just can't imagine people sitting around their offices pitching this garbage and thinking it's a good idea. Well, keep in mind, people sat around, pitched the idea of She-Hulk. That was made, and then they came out and actually admitted that they would sit there every week and laugh about how they were literally attacking the fans, and they found that so funny. So you have to understand the kind of lunatics who work in Hollywood that would actually produce a show like She-Hulk, that I would literally go out with to attack the fans. And a show like Gotham Knights that is so bad, by its second episode is already sitting at cancellation numbers, even though it's already been cancelled. Yeah, we had the running at the nonsense here and what's going on, all of this crap they talk about and stuff there, but the bottom line of it is, Gotham Knights wasn't a show that should have never been made, ever. We knew what they were going to do, we knew what they were after in making it, we knew the reasons that they had for making it. And now we're getting a good look at what it is. Like I said, I didn't want to watch it, but I saw somebody say, it wasn't so bad. I said, okay, let me check out one episode, and I was one and done. That's it. This show is garbage. Absolute and utter garbage. It's most likely, it's probably worse than Batwoman. That's how bad it is. And after 2 episodes, it's already at cancellation. And when the show has already been cancelled, you have to sit through 13 episodes. Well, not me, because I'm not watching it. But I don't know. 13 episodes, now it'll be just 11 more to go. And that's just the end of that. Because they made this garbage, they have to suffer the consequences of it. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to notify me that I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.